see how I come to work? Very demure. I do my makeup. I lay my wig. I do a little braid. I flat iron my hair. I do chi-chis out. I do viral vanilla. Very demure. Very mindful. Let's not forget to be demure, divas. You see how I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful. I don't come to work with a green cut crease. I don't look like a clown when I go to work. I don't do too much. I'm very mindful while I'm at work. See how I look very presentable? The way I came to the interview is the way I go to the job. A lot of you girls go to the interview looking like Marge Simpson and go to the job looking like Patty and Selma. Not demure. I'm very modest. I'm very mindful. You see my shirt? Only a little chichi out, not my chocho. Be mindful of why they hired you. Here's your reality check, diva. What's the name you'd like me to make it out to? See how I come to work? Very demure. I don't wear too much makeup. I don't come showing up with wing liner and lashes. I do a little hair oil on the wig. I do a little tinted moisturizer. I do a little brow gel. Very considerate, very approachable, very demure. Let's be mindful while we're at work, ladies. This is not a fashion show. Some of you ladies come to work looking like streetwalkers with a low-cut shirt. I come very high-cut, very natural, very approachable, very demure. Let's be mindful and remember to be demure, ladies. It's crazy how when I post a very demure video making a jokey joke, all the girls get in my comments acting like boys. I'm very mindful when I'm on the internet. I take jokey jokes and I hang out with the girly girls. I don't act like a boy. I don't get mad and dissolve into transphobia, and I don't lose my demurity over a joke. Especially when I look like I could use a hormone or two. Let's be mindful, ladies. Resorting to transphobia over a little jokey joke that was funny for the girly girls is acting like a boy. Ew, why would you want to act like a boy? I was literally born a man and I would never act like a boy. That is not demure. We do not do that. Remember, ladies, being transphobic is a trait of masculinity. Let's be demure, feminine divas. A lot of you divas just don't know how to find balance, and that's why you're not demure. You see, I don't just go in with a little skin tint and a little oil on the wig. That's underselling yourself, ladies. Ladies, let's be mindful when we come to work. It's not a fashion show, but it's not a soup kitchen. Let's do a little foundation, but not too much. Let's do a little eyebrow, but not too much. Let's be mindful and let's be demure. Be considerate of the position you were hired for. You could have been hired for radio, and you don't have a face for radio because you're what? Demure. You see how I get off of work? Very demure. Very cutesy. Makeup still intact, hair still very nice, outfit no stains, very demure, very mindful. I'm not like you other girls. I don't go out and eat Wingstop after work. I get a nice salad. Be mindful of why you went to eat after work. Very demure. Ladies, remember, it is never demure to eat all of your food at once. You see me, I'm very demure. I save my baked potato for later. I save my little salmon for later. I do my rice. I get a little pork chop. I steal the ramekin filled with garlic butter. I'm very demure, very mindful. Remember, ladies, eating the whole plate is not mindful. The way the demure videos are obviously, to me, a joke, but people in my comments well, my job doesn't pay me extra to be demure. Sometimes they just get me when I rolled out of bed. The green glitter cut crease, I don't know if anyone recalls, I did a brand deal for Urban Decay, and I did a green glitter cut crease, but that same day I started my first day at Texas Roadhouse. Every demure video is me just referencing me. That's the entire joke. People are maybe we shouldn't judge people for how they arrive to work. I'm just judging myself. You see how I come to my nails? Very demure. I bring my own fan. Very mindful. I move my keys to the side. Very mindful. Notice how I don't rush the tech? Very demure. You see how I do my nails? Very elegant. I don't do too much. I don't go too crazy. I don't do too long. Very demure. Something very classy, very simple, very elegant, very timeless. A lot of you guys are really scared to have a differently shaped almond neon pink glitter nail because you're not demure. Ladies, let's be mindful when we get our nails and scale back sometimes. They don't have to be too nice. Sometimes they can look like this. Sometimes you can have a very simple, not too much, not too busy, you know, one color, one tone, very elegant, very nice. You see how I do my nails? Very mindful, very considerate, very cutesy, very demure. Let's be mindful, ladies. Let's stay demure, ladies. You see how I come pick up my ID from the bar that I left it at? Very demure, very mindful. I don't come and go to the bar and drink. I come, I get my ID, and I leave. Very cutesy, very demure. I'm not like you other girls. I don't feel the need to get drunk when I come into an establishment like this. I'm very demure. You hear that? Not demure. Oh my God, you had me nervous. Thank you, have a good night. You see? I make a joke. I get my stuff and I go. Very demure, very mindful. We have lost the plot. I don't know why. I just assume no one is ever gonna recognize me ever. First of all, I don't look like a lot of people. Like, there's only so many big bitches that look like me. Anyway, I'm leaving work. There's a group of girls, like looking at me. And like, I know the look already. There's like the long look when they're trying to figure out, you know, is that a boy? Is that a girl? There's the other long look where it's like, you know, is she pregnant? Is she just big? And then there's a third look. It has a little bit more length to it where they look at you and they look at their phone, then they look at you, then they look at their phone, then they look at you, and then you know, they know. You know, they know tea. And I'm like, oh God, like I feel it. I feel it coming already. The girl, they start walking, and mind you, my position, I'm like the last person you see before you leave. So they're leaving and the girl goes, oh my God, are you from TikTok? Like TikTok's a country. I don't know why that question always makes me laugh. And I'm like, yeah. The girls look at each other and they look at me and they go, very demure. No. Girl, they gagged me. I'm not even gonna lie. I was... Although I will say, very mindful, very considerate. Didn't make a scene, painted a portrait. You know what I mean? Very considerate, very mindful, very demure. You see how I show up to the family vacation? Very early, very on time, very considerate, very demure. I don't show up and meet them at the airport. No, we escort each other together. We're a unit. We're very demure, very mindful. I'm not like you other girls. I don't just come to the family vacation whenever. I come with the family because it's a family vacation, very demure, very mindful. I come outside, I sit by the pool, my neighbor stares at me, I hit a blinker. I'm very mindful and considerate when I'm here. Remember, divas, it costs nothing to be demure. You guys see how I go to the airport? Very cutesy, very demure. You see how I get on the rental car shuttle? I have my fan, very demure. You see how I come with my fan? Very demure. You see how I go through airport security? Very demure. Very mindful, electronics out of the bag. Very considerate. See how I leave security? Very demure. Very sweaty, but very demure. Very mindful of the people around me. I don't hold up the line. I'm very cutesy. You see how I line up for the plane? Very demure, very cute. I don't rush. You see how I get on the plane? Very demure, very mindful, very demure. You see how I do my makeup for a night out with my family? Very demure, very cutesy, very mindful. Let's be mindful of why we went on vacation, baby. Let's not show up to those pictures looking like we died 4 days ago. Remember, ladies, let's be demure. Ladies, let's be very mindful while we apply our foundation. You see it's 102 in Vegas today, and my face is still very mindful, very considerate, very demure. I'm very mindful when I put on my foundation. I use something very long wearing. Urban Decay Face Bond. I get 2 different colors. I mix them. I do a real cutesy. I put it on with the brush. I don't do fingers. I don't do beauty blenders. No, I'm real artistic with it. I get a brush, I do my foundation, I put it real nice, real smooth, real elegant. I'm very mindful when I put my foundation on. Sweat proof, transfer proof. Very mindful of why we're out. You see how I don't look patchy and I don't look crazy? Because what? My foundation's very mindful. Let's remember to be demure, ladies, and let's remember to keep our foundations long wear. I'm very demure-sy, I'm very cutesy, I'm very demure. But I mix them both because I'm what? Very demure-sy. I'm very cute with it, but I'm very mindful with it, very respectful with it. I don't do too much, I do just enough. I don't go overboard, I don't go underboard. I'm not the basement, I'm not the attic, I'm where you live. I'm very demure. You see how I come and take a picture? Very cutesy, very demure, very mindful. Let's be mindful while we took the photo, ladies. See how I come to the casino, guys? Very demure, very mindful. I don't do a water bottle of vodka and a side of lemonade. I'm not crazy like that. I do a very nice drink. I'm very cutesy with it. I hit the pen too many times and now I'm too grateful for my life. You see how I do my fragrance? I take a few different scents. I don't wear something straight out of the bottle. I'm very demure, very custom, very cutesy, very demuretsy. I take care of myself. I like to smell very unique. I start with the Nautica, very demure, very, I'm sailing on a boat. Actually, this is my ex-boyfriend, but it still smells amazing. Very demure, the notes are giving mindful, the notes are giving respectable, the notes are giving very considerate. Next, I have Finery Without a Trace. This is my all-time favorite booty-busting fragrance. Very demure, very classy, very elegant. Notes of eleganza, notes of crisscross striped zebra top. Very classy, very demure. Next, I have Finery. Oh, not demure. I was not mindful and I used this one completely up. Let's remember to be demure, ladies, because now you're on vacation without your favorite scent. Not demure. Notice, I don't go in and I don't do that. I'm very, very demure. I take my cap off very nice. I do it very nice, very considerate. I take my spray. I don't do that. I do very nice. Very nice, very considerate. A lot of you ladies put too much on. Let's be mindful of why we're wearing the fragrance. You see my natural hair? Very full, very lush, very demure. You see the 32-inch going out braided wig? Very demure, very mindful, very respectable. I'm not like you other girls. I make sure I have options. You see the swimming wig? A very natural 26 inches. I don't wear 32 inches in the pool. I'm very mindful of the pool filter. I do a little leave-in K18. I do a little leave-in K18 oil. I make sure it's a natural texture. I do a natural density. I don't do crazy wigs for the pool. Do I keep multiple blonde wigs with me on vacation? Well, yes, I'm very considerate, very mindful, very demure. Let's be mindful of why we went on vacation with wigs, divas. A lot of you divas have been asking me, how do you stay so demure? And a lot of you know the answer. But my number one key is having a personal fan so you never lose your demurity. This is not like those fans those other girls have. This fan is very elegant and very mindful. Compact size means you can take it anywhere. It's not only a fan, it's a flashlight and a power bank for you to plug in all your demure electronics. A diva on the go knows she has to stay what? Demure and charged. After all those features, you might forget how beautiful and functional the demurity of this fan can leave you. But with 3 speed settings, it is sure to cool you off, feeling very mindful and considerate. Not only can you hold the fan like this to keep yourself cool with its long-lasting battery, but if you're a true demure diva at the office place, you can simply flip this bottom part back and it becomes a stand. So while you're at the office, you can remain demure. She's not big and bulky like those other fans. She's very dainty and elegant. And let's remember, divas, even if it's hot outside, we still need to remain what? Demure. Keeping the lights on while keeping me cool, while keeping my phone charged, that's what? Demure. Ladies, it is very hot outside and it is too hot for you ladies to not be wearing deodorant. Be mindful of why you're outside. Be considerate of the people that are around you. Smelling good is very demure. You see, I do a nice can of deodorant. I'm very demure, very cutesy with it. I don't do a stick. I don't take a stick and shove it into my armpit and mush it around. I don't do that. I'm very demure. I do a spray. I do a nice layer. I do a second layer if I know I'm going to be running around. I don't get gunked up in my armpits. I don't leave stains on my shirts. I'm very demure when I move around the world. I smell good. I don't make a scene. I just go. I look good. I'm very cutesy. I smell very nice. You see my spray? Very elegant, very cutesy, very aesthetic. I don't do a crazy looking deodorant. I don't go around smelling like bombao. I am very demure, very cutesy, very modest, very cognizant, very mindful of the people that are around me. Let's be mindful of our armpits and remember why we're outside during the summer. You see how I do my makeup when it's very hot outside? I do very simple, very... Hello? I gotta go. You see me? I keep it real classy, real demure, real simple. I don't do too much with my fragrance. I pick one, I put it on. I'm not like these other girls. I don't go, let me get 3, 4, 5 different perfumes on one vacation. Let me 5, 6, 7 different layering. No. Be mindful. Be mindful of the weight of your bag. You get one perfume, very cute, very simple, very demure, very, covers all the bases. You don't go and do too much. I do viral vanilla. Very cutesy, very understated. I walk by, someone says, "What is that?" I say viral vanilla. Very demure, very mindful. I don't gatekeep. Remember, divas, layering your scents isn't going to make you any more unique. Go and grab something out the bottle and be very cutesy and move on with your day. You see how I go to the Vegas Strip? Very demure, very mindful. I do braids. I flat iron my wig. I do a little liner. I do a little brow. I do a little foundation. I make sure my nails are very demure, very mindful, not too long, not too short. I cut a little slit down the shirt. I show a little chi-chi, not too much. Very demure, very mindful, very understated. I'm very classy and elegant. I'm not one of these other girls that shows too much. Remember why you were invited to the Las Vegas Strip. Be mindful and be demure, ladies.